Tiny little ground stick sign right here. Tree break. Another one right back there. I see. That's a big one. There's some deadfall limbs around it, but I mean, over and over again, there's just a lot of incredible signs here, you know? I mean, like, cool stuff. Cool stuff, guys. What do you say? Howdy. Welcome. Welcome to Ninja / Crazy Dave. All the above, right? Like, all the way down along this path here, there's these ground stick signs, and I saw a structure down here. It looked like a mushroom. Looked like a structure. We'll see when we get down here, but there's an awful lot of deadfall. I mean, imagine this stuff falling into the ground right here. Wouldn't want to be here in that windstorm. Oh, look at this. Look at this, how it's outlined right here. Rather interesting. Pile of sticks right there. I guess that's blowdowns too, and this right here. I mean, thing is, you know, haven't had sightings here. You know, that's the thing about it. To cause me to be suspicious of signs, whether they're natural or not, because I mean, I'm just going down through here, guys. There's like stuff like that and stuff like that that's broken. Obviously that one's rooted, I can tell by looking at it. But then you get that, you get one right over there. Where'd it go? Where is it? It's actually right in there. Someone's lighting it up like 4th of July. Man, things are hard to see with on camera. You think I could just zoom right in on it and get a clear picture, but no, nothing's ever easy, is it? Nothing in life is worth anything's ever easy, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me because, golly, for this ground to have a stick like this be from deadfall, golly, I mean, that thing right there, look, let me put some tension on it. Darn, look at that. That's how deep in the ground that is. That thing is like a piece of rotten wood. The bark's even coming off of it. Sometimes it makes me wonder if it's not and then you got all these rocks piled up around these trees with bare spots around it from the deer and other wildlife, but sometimes it makes you wonder if it's not you know, dogmen or other cryptids even that's leaving these signs here, because not everything is Of course, Bigfoot, not everything is Sasquatch. Even if it is, it's not always what you think it is. And you can be wrong, you can be mistaken. I mean, to err is to be human. And people who are judgmental of others because of those errors, you know, haven't had as much time in the woods, because it's easy to like trick yourself into thinking everything's signs of Bigfoot. But golly, this is a pile of rocks right through here. I think this is the old serpent path that runs along in through here, or maybe part of that old stone wall, maybe. Yeah, this is looking good down in here. Look at this. I've not been up here in these woods in this section in a long time. Hopefully I don't get shot at. Someone's down there shooting it up. Whee! I want to get down here and work my way around this a little bit. See if I can't get a little video. And here I am, fully zoomed in again. I tell you, I'm the world's best cameraman. Let me tell you. How about that? For people that are judgmental. See how many comments I get about my video skills, editing skills, or lack thereof, right? More likely lack thereof. But there was what looked like the start of a new structure down in here. I was wanting to see if I could find a way over to it. Ooh, never noticed that boulder before. That's actually got like a little carved out section on it. That's interesting. Oh gosh, there's a big hole I just stepped in. Oh, that's cool looking. Yeah. Little hole back in there. Why does this camera keep doing that? Keep zooming in on everything. Trying to take a video and it's zoomed in on everything. Yeah, I think right down here was what caught my eye or something. Whew. I'll tell you what, some of these rocks make it really hard to walk. I can see why they're marking trails through here, because look at this trail here. This game trail comes down through here, right up through there. Comes right down along through here. And it's right down through there, right down that way. I think I'm gonna take it, because animals ain't dumb. They're smarter than what I am to know where to go. But look, something goes right up underneath through there that's got a low back. Probably a coyote and deer. I think if I was a hunter, this is where I'd be hunting over here. This is a widely traveled spot. Yeah, I see now why it looks like a stretcher over here for. Well, there's a path over there. Something's got them a den right here. Dug out in the ground with sticks laid there. Like, what's going to put a stick there and use it to dig with? Look at that. It goes down in there a good ways. I don't know, something. Look at that rock stacked up there. Pretty cool. I can't tell if this is what I saw. It looked like a stretcher. That just looks like natural deadfall. Or if it was on down and around somewhere hereabouts. That's interesting with that hole right there dug into it. Look where it just can't even see it on top of that leaves there, where it just rained and I mean, this is East Tennessee. Look, it just rained outside and the sky looks like this. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if it is dogmen, actually, because this area, man, these cryptids and stuff. Okay, here's that path. This is a really old path here. Right down here. You see where it goes around the ridge here, where it drops off and it gets level for a bit and goes down through there. See that path? That trail right through there? It runs right up through there. Right up yonder's ways. Trying to think of those two figures that came up in spinning vortexes was like right down there when I was up here that time. And the street lights down below here is like a black curtain come around me through these woods, and it was like all these house lights and street lights down through here started going out, just blacked out. I thought I was about to pass out or something. I didn't know what was happening, and I don't know where that would have been exactly. Maybe on the other side of this mess here. Pretty big branch to fall there. Thing is too, when you get into these pines, a lot of them have these rotten trees from all these blights that's infected them, and these trees, they just break off and fall like that, like from a tree like that way up there, leaving all this hanging deadfall and stuff. This thing's still alive right here. This sapling, this break right here. Look at it. It's actually got a bit of a twist to it right there. So I don't know. If something come along about this tall and held it here and reached up with two hands and took hold of it with one hand and with the other snapped it. I don't know. Some sparkly looking stuff there. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find out in these woods. I don't know what that is. Pretty nice looking. I seen a offering bowl at one of the graves up here that was made of that real sparkly looking quartz like stuff that looked real interesting. That might have been what I saw from the road up here. Looks kind of interesting, but it's hard to tell, you know, until you get up here and look. Or actually, it might have been that right up in there. All that twisted, jumbled up mess of stuff. I think it was. Let's run up here and look at this. Whew, it's a workout. I mean, look at that ridge right up through there. That's straight uphill. Up one hill and down the next. Whew. Tell you one thing I haven't seen is any morel mushrooms. Seen other kinds of fungi and stuff out here, but nothing that looks like anything I'd want to touch. Yeah, that right there. It's kind of, this ground's rocky too, so I don't know. Probably just all natural deadfall right in there. It looks like. Over here too, that tree got bent over. That break. Unless they're pointing it towards water right there. That little marker tree. It's a part of this stretcher right in here. Oh look, there's another marker tree right here with these other trees leaned across it right there. Okay, I see what they're doing. This is a nice little seat they've got right here where they can sit in here between these two marker trees. This one that goes across. Sit right here and watch people go by and not even realize it. Time pass you right by. Yeah, it's some kind of a marker pointing there and one there. Oh. It's amazing. Nature can make all this stuff like this. Form all these intricate connections and pieces and blowdowns and bent trees. There is a spring off in that direction, so. Hey Jim, hey Matt, Tennessee Kentucky Bigfoot. Howdy guys. Right up from you all. Not too far away really. I could about holler your name and you probably hear me. Hey Jim! Hey Matt! I bet the Bigfoot could holler from up here and y'all would hear him. Probably have heard him. Probably sounds like coyotes hollering. Like a whole pack of them until the king of coyotes makes a vocalization and everybody goes quiet then. Well, I've gotten down in a briar patch of a thicket here. Yeah, something's been working away at that wood there, rotten wood. That's convenient enough, I guess, but oh man, I gotta climb back up the ridge. I feel sweat running down my back. I'm getting all hot and sweaty, hot and sticky. It's probably 100% humidity since it literally just rained and the ground is already dry. Isn't that something? Yeah. Yeah. Cool stuff, man. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one here. Look, there's another hole with another stick or something sticking out of it. What is that up there? What is that? Looks like a rock sticking on top of a stick, but I think it's just a tree stump. All twisted and knotted up tree root. Yeah. Well, let's get on up out of here. God bless everybody. You guys have a glorious day. May have to take some screenshots, some more ground sticks. There's more ground sticks up here than you can shake a stick at. But little breaks and twist and stuff like that. Always interesting. It's almost thought it was a piece of flint or something there. Whew. I got a ways to go, guys. Yeah. What's funny is all those ground sticks that I saw are over on the other side. I get over here now, I'm not seeing, I say I don't see any, and I look back behind me and that might just be a limb laying there on the ground or something. I can't really tell from here. Like I said, you can easily trick yourself into thinking that everything's Bigfoot. Like, I didn't know for the longest time that dogmen make these signs too. So, and I guess the various interpretive meanings of them as well that they have. Whew. Man, you'd think I'd be in better shape. As much walking I do, but I don't walk straight up a mountain. Good gosh. A Rocky Mountain. East Tennessee for you. How about that, guys? There's a break right there. Kind of high up. There we go. Might be able to see it better if I get it in the picture frame, right? Yeah. Yeah. There's another tree limb. Looks just like that one in the fork of a tree right up above here. That's kind of cool. See if I can get a zoom in on that. Yeah, that right there looks just like that other tree up here. Look at it. Looks like something else there. A big heart, we'll say. Whew. And this one here too. It's got a limb leaning through the middle of that fork. Yeah. I don't know if that's just naturally broken off a ready-made ground stick or what, but it's definitely rooted. You can tell by looking at some of these after a while which ones are deadfall, which ones are natural, which ones are Bigfoot. I mean, the Bigfoot, oftentimes they'll strip the bark off of them, and there's like a particular size and thickness that their hands can grasp and get a good clench on when they go to shove that thing down to the ground. When they put it in the ground, they put it in with the twist. They don't just put it straight down in the ground, because you can only go about 3 or 4 inches. They depend on the soil, and then they'll drive it. I mean, I've seen them over a foot deep even, and I've seen some that big as trees, man, shoved in the ground. So, you know, with them, anything goes. Something as subtle as that could be an interpreted sign that they're using as a ground marker. But stuff like this, you know, is kind of curious to look at too, just because, I don't know, there's deer and squirrels and possums, raccoons, all kinds of critters, coyotes. Look at, trail comes right down through here and turns and goes right out that way. Yeah. Whew. Well, I guess I better get back to work. Break time's over. Whee. I could almost see Jim's from here. Get up high enough. If I had my drone, I could fly it over from here probably. If I had the app downloaded and everything for it. Man, I tell you, I got wore out down here climbing around. Guess I need to start making more YouTube videos for you all so I can stay in better shape. I'm about to miss my window of opportunity for the season. Once everything comes out green, you won't be able to see 5 feet in front of you out here. All this spring green foliage everywhere that's coming on. Here's where you start getting into ground stick signs potentially. That's natural deadfall, but that right up there, I've seen so many ground sticks right here. I mean, that one, that one, that one, and I've seen them right there before too. Used to be a big X marker there and another X marker on up where there's more ground sticks at. Like, you can't make this stuff up. I took a picture one time that was right up here in some rocks in the bank of the side of the road here, and it was forget what I was going to say. A different stick in the same hole, like within just a couple of weeks apart from one another. Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Some kind of big hawk or something. Where'd he go? He just flew right in the sun. I lost him. There he goes. There he goes out through there. Or the second one. Yeah, how cool is that, man? He's circling around. Yeah. That is sticking cool, man. I thought it was a crow or something. Hope I got that on video. Look how cool these woods are, though. Long shadows on the ground casting from the west out here. Yeah. Yeah, I hope I caught that on video. That was pretty cool, man. I was probably too zoomed in, though, to see anything. Nor my good photography skills and everything, but yeah, people, you know, make wise cracks about seeing a bump on the side of a tree and thinking it's a baby Sasquatch or something. I mean, when you've seen them before, like I saw that one fall out of a tree once. Yeah, how'd you like to be standing here with that deadfall fell? Stuck itself in the ground right through there with all that behind it. Whew. Well, let's walk on up here. There's more graves up here. I don't want to not give away too many details, but yeah, there's always been like good signs, and where them ground sticks are is the exact spot I seen that 15-foot tall Bigfoot run by me. That I thought it was dust from this road, and it wasn't gravel dust. It was dried skin flakes and dandruff from them. Like, can't make that up. Just like it right there. Look at that ground stick sign right in there. A little bit hard to see. Like I said, your naked eye can see them really good. And Michael Appleby in the United Kingdom, he theorized that they use them for a nighttime navigation aid, which is 100% exactly correct. I mean, you couldn't be more spot on. And he coined the phrase ground stick. So there's all kinds too, various types, sizes, you know, different types of indications of stones and signs. Now there was one right up here. It was pretty significant because I've seen them before here. I don't know if that's it there, or that might be one of them, or if that's it there, sticking up out of the ground. But there's a mound with a little stone there, so maybe that's not a grave, but a source of some other significance, made to look like a grave. You know, maybe somebody will think that's a grave, somebody's headstone there. Yeah, I think that other path of theirs went through right through there, right along through there. But I think the reason why all those other ground sticks around here sort of go off down into here, follow and come down along, that I filmed earlier, and then I didn't see any down in there until I started coming back up and ran back into them. They're probably flagging this area because the hunter's got his literal flag out, marking where he's hunting at from right up in here. Oh, right there it is. That's where he's hunting from, his hunting blind, and the ladder right there coming down. It's hard to see even on this video, but yeah, cool stuff. And then you got these trees that have like faces in them, which you get the idea of dryads even from the bark. I'm sure if you like stood here long enough, you'd probably see all kinds of pareidolia and different things in them, you know, all kinds of images of stuff. But yeah, it's kind of neat. Some people call those totem trees because it looks like, you know, them totem poles out the Pacific Northwest or something with the dryads on them. Something just ran down the tree right there. Well, made it back up here. I'm worn out today. I got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours sleep, I guess. Out here we're doing all this running around. Yeah, Hunter's got my deer feeder right back in there. Yeah, right down there on that hill, on the night of the, I guess the morning of the solstice it was, sunrise on the, I don't remember if it was summer or winter now. It's been so long ago. I think it was in December that I had that sighting, that great big old Bigfoot a few years ago. Looking uphill at him from my vehicle though, I thought he's like 23 feet tall or something, man. He looked huge, and that structure looked like he was 40 foot tall above him. When I went up there and looked, well, his head was just right at about 15 foot off the ground from where he ran by, like where that crick in that tree is there from the ground. So, I mean, that's a pretty big feller. Be that tall, man. About double my height. I'm 6 foot. So, 2 of me up here. course, right on up behind here is where I filmed that one that was like a wavy mirage image. Walked up to this friend of mine, and I mean, he about quit smoking cigarettes afterwards, because he had to have a cigarette after he saw that thing. And then when he did, he was shaking so bad he couldn't get the cigarette to light. He about gave up on smoking, because he said every time he'd take another cigarette after that, he'd have flashbacks of that thing walking up towards him like the Predator. Scared him good. And he was in Operation Phoenix in Southeast Asia, you know, abducting prisoners, capturing them alive off the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Yeah, I like all this nature, getting out and going for a little hike in the city. City of Knoxville. Nobody'd believe that there's this much mountains and hills and trees, and like, look at that ridge over there across from us, down across the valley there. Lakes and creeks and just everything else you couldn't imagine. It's kind of hazy over in there, top that ridge or that spot. Kind of cool looking, isn't it? Hardly a cloud in the sky right above me right here. All the storm clouds cleared out. Well, let's call my buddy. See what he's going to do today. Talk to you guys next time. See ya. God bless you. That's one tree right there. Comes up and branches out. One big tree. Look at that. 1, 2, and it splits again, 3, 4.